are you finally ready?
Just there. Okay.
All right. Touching? No touching.
No
touching.
Space.
Space there.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, welcome to the Outdoor Line Last Cast for first Saturday in April. Man, I'm glad I made it to April. Of course, April to me says opening day trout, Bravo.
Yeah, 3 weeks till the trout opener, April 27th here in Washington. The state's been busy since last spring, actually, planting 17 million trout in over 600 lakes here in Washington. We had Roger Neufeld on from Luhr Jensen to talk trolling techniques today. Of course, you can do the power bait, drill, fire bait, all the bait stuff too, but my preference is to troll for trout on the opener. They're so fun. They hit so hard. And one of my favorite ways to catch them is on these little hot shots. This is actually a size 50 hot shot. This has a big enough bill on it to where this will dive down pretty deep on its own. And here's a size 70 hot shot. This is a little guy. You can run these on their own, or what I like to do is put maybe a swivel up the line 3 to 4 feet and put a couple of split shot above it. You might just put one split shot to start out with and vary the depth there. These things run, they dive down, they wiggle all over the place, and when a trout comes up and hits this thing, they absolutely hammer.
They crush it. They crush
so
it.
Fun.
But I really like the split shot idea up the line, because what's that does is going to change the angle of the pull on the plug and just have it dive.
And it'll
just
change your depth a little bit.
Exactly.
If you've got 2-3 rods out, you might run one split shot on one rod, 2 on the other, maybe 3 on another rod, and vary the depth on those things, and you'll kind of figure out where the trout are. The first week of the season, the first couple weeks even, they're going to be in the top 3 to 5 feet of the water column. Then as the season goes on, they're going to go further down in the water column, and then at that time, these size 50s can work really well. This is green. It's got kind of a yellow bottom on it, yellow belly on it. Gosh, silver. Any of the little rainbow trout, little pattern, hot shots.
Or the frog patterns are killer too.
The frog pattern's good.
When you're trolling flatline, one of the things you need to pay attention to is which side of the boat you're getting bit on. You know, these lakes aren't huge bodies of water, so you got to turn a bunch. If you're getting bit on the outside rod on a turn, that's the rod that's going to rise up a little bit. Maybe you need to be fishing a little shallow.
And the speed might pick up on that rod too. It might tell you, hey, I need to speed up a little bit.
Sure.
Get a bit on the inside rod. Might want to slow down a little bit.
Because stuff slows down, gets a little deeper at that point. You know, quite often maybe it's just that variation in speed that's going to provoke a strike. But pay attention. You know, quite often you're not going to get a bunch of information from your marine electronics in a fishery like this because the fish are so shallow, they're at the top of the water column. So you have to look at other clues. If you're fishing stock or trout, these are trout that have made their living to this point surface feeding because they're broadcast fed in a hatchery environment. And so they will look for their feed on the surface. You'll see them dimpling the top of the surface, okay, trying to pick bugs and stuff like that. So you have to take all that information and use it and try to find congregations of fish in the lake.
I was talking to Carmen McDonald from Luhr Jensen also a couple days ago, and one of his favorite ways of fishing these little size 70 hot shots is behind a Ford fender. Especially 2, 3, 4 weeks after the opener when the trout have settled down a little bit in some of these lakes or down a little bit deeper. Boy, he's caught some really nice sized trout down in that Portland area doing that deal and running the Ford fenders, and it's a real attractor too. And I would imagine if you were to run maybe a bright orange hot shot behind a Ford fender, you might even pick up a kokanee in some of these lakes.
That's a good call.
Pretty good little crossover technique. So if you're looking for a trolling technique for the opener, you definitely might check out these little hot shots. They come in a wide variety of patterns, and really the first week or two of the season, most of them are going to work pretty good.
Everything's going to work good.
Yeah.
Provided your boat's working good. You need to get that thing out before opening day. Make sure that battery's charged. Make sure you have a set of oars if you got an electric motor. Even if you don't have an electric motor, you got to have a secondary means of propulsion. And make sure that the kids that you have with you are having fun, because quite often this is going to be somebody's first fishing trip, okay? And make it a good experience for them, because we need more kids out there experiencing the wonderful sport of fishing.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching. That's been our last cast segment here today. April, what the heck is it? The 6th.
The 6th.
Wow,
yeah.
sure flying. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next week.